Divorce is a hard topic for many families. The effects of divorce on children. Divorce is a hard topic for many families. Not only does an ending marriage feel like a failure, there is a lot of emotional turmoil that typically precedes the divorce and the hurt that follows it. Sometimes divorce is the best option for everyone involved, but that doesn't make it less devastating. Children often feel the greatest trauma when their parents split. Not only do children often witness the scary turmoil firsthand, but their entire world is also turned upside down when a divorce occurs. Young children tend to experience grief and try to cling to their parents, being sad or sometimes acting out to get attention. Teens tend to see divorce as a betrayal and may wall off, pulling away from their parents. Even though divorce has become extremely common, it still comes with an emotional cost. As a marriage dissolves, some parents find themselves asking questions like, should we stay together for the kids? Other parents find divorce is their only option. And while all parents may have many worries on their minds, from the future of their living situation to the uncertainty of the custody arrangement, they may worry most about how the children will deal with the divorce. So what are the psychological effects of divorce on children? It depends. While divorce is stressful for all children, some kids rebound faster than others. The good news is, parents can take steps to reduce the psychological effects of divorce on children. A few supportive parenting strategies can go a long way to helping kids adjust to the changes brought about by divorce. Why the first year is the toughest? As you might expect, research has found that kids struggle the most during the first year or two after the divorce. Kids are likely to experience distress, anger, anxiety, and disbelief. But many kids seem to bounce back. They get used to changes in their daily routines and they grow comfortable with their living arrangements. Others, however, never really seem to go back to normal. This small percentage of children may experience ongoing, possibly even lifelong, problems after their parents' divorce. Emotional impact of divorce. Divorce creates emotional turmoil for the entire family, but for kids, the situation can be quite scary, confusing, and frustrating. Young children often struggle to understand why they must go between two homes. They may worry that if their parents can stop loving one another, that someday, their parents may stop loving them. Grade school children may worry that the divorce is their fault. They may fear they misbehaved or they may assume they did something wrong. Teenagers may become quite angry about a divorce and the changes it creates. They may blame one parent for the dissolution of the marriage, or they may resent one or both parents for the upheaval in the family. Of course, each situation is unique. In extreme circumstances, a child may feel relieved by the separation, if a divorce means fewer arguments and less stress. Divorce-related stress. Divorce usually means children lose daily contact with one parent, most often the father. Decreased contact affects the parent-child bond, and according to a paper published in 2014, researchers have found many children feel less close to their fathers after divorce. Divorce also affects a child's relationship with the custodial parent, most often mothers. Primary caregivers often report higher levels of stress associated with single parenting. A study published in 2013 suggested that mothers are often less supportive and less affectionate after divorce. Additionally, their discipline becomes less consistent and less effective. For some children, parental separation isn't the hardest part. Instead, the accompanying stressors are what make divorce the most difficult. Changing schools, moving to a new home, and living with a single parent who feels a little more frazzled are just a few of the additional stressors that make divorce difficult. Financial hardships are also common following divorce. Many families have to move to smaller homes or change neighborhoods, and they often have fewer material resources. Risks families face. Many children endure ongoing changes to their family dynamics. The addition of a step-parent and possibly several step-siblings can be another big adjustment. And quite often both parents remarry, which means many changes for kids. The failure rate for second marriages is even higher than for first marriages. So many children experience multiple separations and divorces over the years. Mental health problems. Divorce may increase the risk of mental health problems in children and adolescents. Regardless of age, gender, and culture, children of divorced parents experience increased psychological problems. 6 Divorce may trigger an adjustment disorder in children that resolves within a few months. But, studies have also found depression and anxiety rates are higher in children from divorced parents. Behavior problems. Children from divorced families may experience more externalizing problems, such as conduct disorders, delinquency, and impulsive behavior than kids from two-parent families. In addition to increased behavior problems, children may also experience more conflict with peers after a divorce. Poor academic performance. Children from divorced families don't always perform as well academically. However, a study published in 2019 suggested kids from divorced families tended to have trouble with school if the divorce was unexpected, whereas children from families where the divorce was likely didn't have the same outcome. Risk-taking behaviors. Adolescents with divorced parents are more likely to engage in risky behavior, such as substance use and early sexual activity. In the United States, adolescents with divorced parents drink alcohol earlier and report higher alcohol, marijuana, tobacco, and drug use than their peers. Adolescents whose parents divorced when they were 5 years old or younger were at particularly high risk for becoming sexually active prior to the age of 16, according to a study published in 2010. Separation from fathers has also been associated with higher numbers of sexual partners during adolescence. Helping kids adjust. Adults who experience divorce during childhood may have more relationship difficulties. Divorce rates are higher for people whose parents were divorced. Parents play a major role in how children adjust to a divorce. Here are some strategies that can reduce the psychological toll divorce has on children. Co-parent. Peacefully. Intense conflict between parents has been shown to increase children's distress. Overt hostility, such as screaming and threatening one another, has been linked to behavior problems in children, but minor tension may also increase a child's distress. If you struggle to co-parent with your ex-spouse, seek professional help. Avoid putting kids in the middle. Asking kids to choose which parent they like best or giving them messages to give to other parents isn't appropriate. Kids who find themselves caught in the middle are more likely to experience depression and anxiety. Maintain healthy relationships. Positive communication, parental warmth, and low levels of conflict may help children adjust to divorce better. A healthy parent-child relationship has been shown to help kids develop higher self-esteem and better academic performance following divorce. Use consistent discipline. Establish age-appropriate rules and follow through with consequences when necessary. A study published in 2011 showed effective discipline after divorce reduced delinquency and improved academic performance. Monitor adolescents closely. When parents pay close attention to what teens are doing and who they spend their time with, adolescents are less likely to exhibit behavior problems following a divorce. That means a reduced chance of using substances and fewer academic problems. Empower your children. Kids who doubt their ability to deal with the changes and those who see themselves as helpless victims are more likely to experience mental health problems. Teach your child that although dealing with divorce is difficult, he has the mental strength to handle it. Teach coping skills. Kids with active coping strategies, like problem-solving skills and cognitive restructuring skills, adapt better to divorce. Teach your child how to manage his thoughts, feelings, and behaviors in a healthy way. Help kids feel safe. Fear of abandonment and concerns about the future can cause a lot of anxiety. But helping your child feel loved, safe, and secure can not only reduce clinginess but also diminish the risk of mental health problems.
And obviously you guys have a wonderful bond, strong family, which is what that movie is about. So we love that. Thank you. Nice to see you again. Nice to meet you.
Parents are taught co-parenting skills and strategies.
That was pretty cool. We even got a little innuendo in there from Kevin Costner's wife.
Reducing your stress level can be instrumental in helping your child. Practice self-care and consider talk therapy or other resources to help you adjust to the changes in your family. When to seek help for your child. Despite the fact that divorce is tough on families, staying together for the sole sake of the children may not be the best option. Children who live in homes with a lot of arguing, hostility, and discontentment may be at a higher risk for developing mental health issues and behavior problems. Consequently, following parental separation, it's normal for kids to struggle with their feelings and their behavior immediately afterward. But, if your child's mood issues or behavioral problems persist, seek professional help. Start by talking to your child's pediatrician. Discuss your concerns and inquire about whether your child may need professional support. A referral to talk therapy or other supportive services may be recommended. Individual therapy may help your child sort out his emotions. Family therapy may also be recommended to address changes in family dynamics. Some communities also offer support groups for kids. Support groups allow kids in certain age groups to meet with other children who may be experiencing similar changes in family structure. Divorce represents a pivotal and often traumatic shift in a child's world, and from their perspective, a loss of family. When told about the divorce, many children feel sad, angry, and anxious, and they might have a hard time grasping how their lives will change. A child's age also impacts their response to the new family structure. Navigating a divorce when you have kids requires considering how the divorce may affect them. Here's a brief summary of what children comprehend at different ages and how you can ease their transition after divorce. Effects of divorce on babies. Birth to 18 months. Though it may come as a surprise to some, even babies are affected by divorce. During infancy, babies can feel tension in the home and between their parents, but can't understand the reasoning behind the conflict. If the tension continues, babies may become irritable and clingy, especially around new people, and have frequent emotional outbursts. They may also regress or show signs of developmental delay. Easing the transition after divorce. Divorcing parents can ease their baby's transition after divorce by creating an emotionally safe environment. Babies require consistency and routine, and they're comforted by familiarity. Therefore, it's helpful to maintain normal daily routines, particularly regarding sleep and meals, during and after the divorce. Provide your child with their favorite toys or security items, and spend extra time holding them and offering physical comfort. Rely on friends and family for help, and get plenty of rest so you'll be alert when your baby is awake. Effects of divorce on toddlers. 18 months to 3 years old. Divorce can emotionally and psychologically impact children from ages 18 months to 3 years. During the toddler years, a child's main bond is with their parents, so any major disruption in their home life can be difficult to accept and comprehend. What's more, toddlers are self-centered and may think they've caused their parents' breakup. They'll often cry and want more attention than usual, regress and return to thumb-sucking, resist toilet training, develop a fear of being abandoned, or have trouble going to sleep or sleeping alone at night. Easing the transition after divorce. Parents should consider prioritizing their child's routines to help ease the transition to post-divorce life. If possible, parents should work together to develop normal, predictable routines that their children can easily follow. It's also important to spend quality time with your kid and offer extra attention. Ask trusted friends and relatives to do the same. Discuss your child's feelings, if they're old enough to talk, read books together, and assure them they're not responsible for the divorce. Effects of divorce on preschoolers. 3 to 6 years old. Divorce is a difficult concept for children between the ages of 3 and 6 to understand, mainly because of the scary level of uncertainty it brings. Preschoolers don't understand the notion of divorce and don't want their parents to separate. No matter how tense their home environment is. Like toddlers, preschoolers might believe they're ultimately responsible for their parents' separation. They may experience uncertain feelings about the future, keep their anger trapped inside, have unpleasant thoughts or ideas, or be plagued by nightmares. Easing the transition after divorce. To help kids between the ages of 3 and 6 ease into the transition of divorce, parents should commit to modeling the behavior and attitude they want to see in their children. Parents should handle the divorce in an open and positive manner, if possible, as preschoolers will reflect their parents' moods and attitudes. They'll likely want to talk with someone and express their feelings, and they may respond well to age-appropriate books about the topic. Kids this age also need to feel safe and secure, knowing they'll continue seeing their non-custodial parent, the one they don't live with, on a regular basis. Set up a regular visitation schedule and consistently adhere to it. Effects of divorce on children. 6 to 11 years old. Divorce may leave school-age kids between the ages of 6 and 11 struggling with feelings of abandonment. Younger children, specifically 5 to 8-year-olds, may not understand the concept and feel as if their parents are divorcing them. They may worry about losing one of their parents and fantasize that their parents will get back together. In fact, they often believe they can rescue their parents' marriage. Kids from 8 to May 11th blame one parent for the separation and align themselves with the good parent against the bad. They may accuse their parents of being mean or selfish, expressing their anger in various ways, fighting with classmates, lashing out against the world, or becoming anxious, withdrawn, or depressed. For some kids, the effects of divorce manifest physically. Think upset stomachs or headaches due to stress, as well as made-up symptoms, to stay home from school. Easing the transition after divorce. Divorcing parents can help prevent their kids from feeling abandoned by creating reliably consistent opportunities for quality time together. Elementary school children can feel extreme loss and rejection during a divorce, but parents can rebuild their child's sense of self-esteem and security. To start, each parent should spend quality time with the child, urging them to open up about their feelings. Reassure them that neither parent will abandon them, and reiterate that the divorce is not their fault. Likewise, parents should not blame one another for the split, but explain that it was a mutual decision. It's also important to maintain a regular visitation schedule as kids thrive on predictability, particularly during times of turmoil. Finally, encourage your child to get involved with events and pastimes they enjoy. School, friendships, and extracurricular activities are increasingly important at this age. Help them rekindle their self-esteem, and encourage them to reach out to others instead of withdrawing from the world. Divorce impact on teenagers. Why divorce increases mental health problems in teens? Many parents hope that the constant conflict before the divorce will end after it is finalized and their children will be better off for it. You may feel you will both be happier living life separately. Your teen may not react accordingly or have the same feelings based on their perspective of the split. How do teens respond to divorced parents? The reality is that most parents still struggle to get along after the separation. This means that children often feel trapped in the middle or pitted against the other parent. On the flip side, the teen that feels betrayed may also start trying to play one parent against the other. In their anger, a teen may feel the best thing to do is make the most of the situation and work the situation to their advantage. This could include trying to get parents to buy more things to show love, working one parent by saying the other is okay with something, manipulating a parent by threatening to live with the other parent, controlling the flow of information to avoid punishment or work a situation, moving to the home of the less controlling parent, cutting one parent out so they have control over all contact, fits of anger and blame toward one parent or other punishing behavior. In a two-parent, unified household, these kinds of behaviors just wouldn't fly. But, when parents are separated, the teen can exert more authority and play the field accordingly. This can lead to some concerning mental health issues that may occur with practiced manipulation, emotional apathy, anger, or substance abuse. Let us keep our children happy. We can learn to respect one another and ensure that we give our children a home. It's workable if we stop being selfish. Divorce ruins our children. A conducive environment and a happy home are all our children need. What is your honest comment or advice regarding this topic? Let us engage in comments, and please support our channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing. We kindly encourage you to hit that subscribe button, like, and share.